which is relationships. Woo! Originally, we said that I was going to talk about supernatural marriage. Okay, and I am talking about that. So, I want you to know, whether you're married or not, this is applicable to you in your life. Okay, so listen up. I also want to tell you that what Jesus is doing here is such a powerful thing. And I want to remind you that this is a safe place. And, sometimes when we see other people crying or things happening, whatever, we're like, oh my gosh, how can they lose themselves like that? Or, will you stop that? I'm serious. I want you to call on God for everything that He has for you today. Do not let your fear of crying in front of other people, or maybe your mascara or whatever, make you miss out on what God has for you today. Maybe you're going to fall down, maybe you're going to sit quietly. You know what? Really, who cares? Come and get what God has for you today. Okay? So, without further ado, I want to speak to you about abiding with the healer. There's so many different things that I could talk to you about. How to have a great marriage, how to have a wonderful dating relationship, how to live a single life, blah, blah, blah. There's like so many different areas that I can go. But the chief way is you must learn to abide with the healer. So, John chapter 15, verse 1 says, I am the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit, He prunes so that it will be even more fruitful. You are already clean because of the word that I have spoken to you. Remain in me, and I will remain in you. No branch can bear fruit by itself. It must remain in the vine. Neither can you bear fruit unless you remain in me. I am the vine, and you are the branches. If you remain in me, and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. Apart from God, you cannot have a supernatural marriage. You cannot have supernatural relationships. You can't. You cannot do it. Okay? This is something that is big. So, I'm going to talk about the two things. I'm going to talk about abiding, and I'm going to talk about the fruit. So, abiding, the actual definition from Google, really Webster, but Google was helpful. It says to remain stable or fixed in a state, to continue in a place. So abiding with the healer means that you stay with Him. You stay in His love. That's what the scripture says, keep yourselves in the love of God. I'm going to tell you something. Our husbands are going to do things that hurt us. They're just sometimes very oblivious and very clueless. When I shake my head over here, I was very excited to do it. Now I've been looking at this. I have a friend of mine that had the haircut for like 3 years, and I was like, oh my gosh, so brave. I love that. I do that. Over the summer, I made a decision. You know what? Let me just go to the barber and get it done. I really like the haircut. I'm just going to do it. I mean, was it a little scary? Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm sitting in the barber in a men's shop, blades and random things, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, Sean's not gonna like us. And you know what? Sure enough, when I got home, he did not say anything for 3 days. And I was upset. I'm like, I just made like a major change to my hair, and my husband was just acting like nothing's changed, And I had to explain to him how much it meant to me when he speaks to me, and he said, I said it's okay if you don't like it, you're allowed to have an opinion. You don't have to love everything that everybody in your life does. Like it's all right, But if you don't have anything, if you can't say, oh, I love it, just say, oh, you are a fierce woman. And I gave him the words to say. No. But I felt sad, Sometimes our husbands just do stuff. They say things that is just like, hello, that hurts me. We have things in our lives with people, family members, or, people that we work with that are just oblivious to what's going on, and they just blurt things out, and whether they mean it or not, they hurt us. And that is life. And that is why we must abide with the healer. Another example, okay? During the winter time, I get really dry skin. Like my hands start bleeding. And I'm looking, I'm searching for the perfect lotion, the magic lotion that is going to cure this dry skin forever and for always is going to happen. But you know what? I keep having to reapply this lotion. And let me just, okay, please don't bother messaging me with all of your favorite lotions. You know how we women are. We have product after product, that's just what it is. But I have to keep reapplying the lotion, because it comes off eventually. That is the same concept. We must abide with the healer. What does it mean to abide with the healer? To walk daily. This is why when I'm putting the stuff in the crock pot for the kids, which I always complain about. By the way, I'm Sarah Martin and I have 6 children. Hi, everyone. I've also been married for 11 and a half years. Yes, to an amazing man. I love him. His name is Sean. Anyway, then I can be abiding with the healer while I'm putting food into the crock pot. I can be abiding with the healer while I am on the train heading to City Lights Friday night encounter service. Mom's not out, everybody! I can abide with the healer while I am dropping the kids off at preschool. Or, well, I have a bunch of kids in all different grades. One kid is in preschool. But it's about abiding with the healer. We play worship music in the car for a reason. Look, I'm Jack, okay? I don't hear the music, but there's still an atmosphere that you cultivate in your home or in your teen pouch, your van, in my case. And you cultivate the presence of God so that when life hurts, whether it is your husband or your boyfriend or your coworker or your mom or your dad or whoever it happens to be, there is a constant flow of being with the healer that heals the hurts. Okay, so that is abiding. We have to walk habitually with him. Listen, no matter how much communication you do with your husband, how many books you read, and look, we do that stuff. There is a wealth of information out there about having amazing relationships, about communicating with people, and there are so many things that you can do to improve and to build. You can improve your sex life. Hello, good sex is a skill. I'm serious. Now, there are books out there. Okay, don't be going on any websites, all right, everybody? If you need resources, come and talk to me, and I'll give you some, okay? But the ultimate way that you will get your stuff healed, your hurts healed, is by abiding with the healer. Every day. Last night, Patricia was talking about the discipline of spending time with the Lord every day. It's non-negotiable. You must get with God every day. And look, I know what it's like to have a newborn and to have your schedule completely screwed up. And you're just like, whoa. You know, there's a scripture in Isaiah that says that he gently leads those with young. God is not over your head going, you didn't read 4 chapters of scripture today. Or you didn't spend 2 hours in my presence. That's not the point. No. The point is that you make a decision that you're going to abide, that you're going to come, that you're going to turn your heart's eyes, your heart's focus daily to abide with the healer. Why is this so important? When we abide with the healer, we get our heart's hurts healed, but we also bear fruit, which is what creates a supernatural relationship. Amen. In Galatians 5, verse 22, in the Amplified, you can put that up, in the Amplified, Galatians chapter 5, verse 22. It says, we'll give another minute. It's so good. Remaining and abiding. It says that the fruit of the Holy Spirit, the fruit of the Spirit, the result of His presence within us, is love, unselfish much concern for others. Joy. Inner peace. Patience. And this is the big one. Patience, meaning not the ability to wait, because we can all wait, right? But how we act while waiting. While I was waiting 3 days for my husband to make a comment about my hair, another fruit, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such things there is no law. I'm going to say that again. I feel like it's so important for us to really think about the fruit, which is the result of His presence within us, the result of abiding in Him, the result of saying, of recognizing John 15, abide in me, and that you will bear fruit. Can we put that back up? The result of His presence within us is, let's go back one, love, joy, peace, patience. My amplified is different. That's okay, this is good too. Goodness, kindness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. You know, I have to ask myself when I read this about the fruit of the Holy Spirit, have I been gentle with my husband lately? Have I been kind to my husband lately? How am I doing on self-control? I'm going to tell you something. Once you have kids, you'll realize how out of control you really are. I'm telling you. It's like a serious issue. No, that's when you go back to the healer. And you're like, Lord, why am I responding this way? I'm like screaming at my kids, and then I have to go and apologize. I'm sorry I yelled in your face. I'm like, right in their face. It's crazy, and you think, oh my gosh, I exhibit the fruit of the Spirit so well, and then you get married, and you have kids, or you have people in your life who are more difficult than others, and it's like, whoa. But I really wanted to encourage you guys to pursue your heart's feeling. What I said before when I first started talking, the presence of God is a safe place. It's a safe place where you say, when stuff hurts, you can say, Jesus, that hurt.